Good morning. I'm gonna run an ad break immediately so we don't get disturbed. Good morning. How's the volume? Is the music is the game too loud? Hello, Kia. Yeah, okay, Bloop says she's almost ready, so... Oh shit, I'm not screen sharing the game. Such a silly guy. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep recently, so it was extra hard to get up today. I actually had a dream that I woke up late at 10 a.m. and then I woke up at 6 a.m. That's just the kind of boring dream that I get these days. I don't... I'm like getting older. I guess the other day I dreamed about Homelander getting converted into a good person. But then I woke up and I was like, that's bullshit. At least I'll be able to voice act as much as I want, because my brother, who's usually in the room beside me,
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Can everyone hear Bloopy?
Hope everyone can.
Alright, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Bloopy a little quiet. Let's see what I can do for that. There's not a lot.
Oh, am I quiet?
Yeah, Ruby's saying you're a bit quiet.
Oh no, hold on.
I think you just have to get closer to your mic is all.
Okay.
Because you were fine there when you were like, oh no, that was perfect. Perfect volume. Make sure it's right up next to you.
Is that better?
That's way better, yeah.
Okay.
That's way better.
Hi
yes.
everyone, how's everyone doing?
Good morning, everybody. Woo!
The great Ace Attorney Chronicle.
Yay. Yeah, that's way better volume-wise. Okay. Just tell me when you're live.
I'm live right now.
Okay, let's start.
Woohoo!
Last time we won. We won. Yay.
Melly! Heidi ho, Melly. Hope everything's fine on your end.
Heidi ho. Melly. Fuck. Here we go. Just right into it.
Okay.
Just right into it. That's your line.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened.
What happened?
I made it. I defended myself and made it through the horrendous trial.
Yay. I'm here too. Rinosuke,
Ah!
you finally pulled it off. You finally pulled me off. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was very tough considering your BMI. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
Can't get much food here in feudal Meiji era Japan. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget!
Good after. Oh, you saw how he turned? That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I can do that.
Okay. Good afternoon. Oh, yeah, you go ahead.
Good afternoon. All your hard work certainly paid off. Oh, that's you.
Oh, congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. Your hard work for that result. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
My stream is saying... Oh, it isn't showing it. Okay, hold on. It's not showing the game on my end.
So silly.
There we go. Okay.
The existence of Subpoena implies the existence of Dompina.
Some things are better left unsaid. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father.
It's just you talking to yourself.
It is. Ryunosuke is on that opium. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency.
Good morning, Chocolate Strawberry. Thank you for coming.
Susato Mikotova, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. I swear I am a native to Japan and know how to say my own name. Speaking of Mikotova...
Oh, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order.
Hey!
Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. And now she will be hung and quartered for her crimes.
Hang her!
As I'm sure will happen to her, as a member of English noble society. I'm sure she will not weasel her way back to the UK, where nothing bad will happen to her.
Right, because the world is very just and consistent, and isn't biased at all.
Very fair.
Good friend? Very fair. The same way our country will be fair for many years to come.
Exactly. with 100% conviction rate.
Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to my university, wasn't it?
Yep, that's right. Professor Mikitova studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, that's you.
Oh, you work together?
Thought he was reminiscing. I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain's a magnificent country. It leads the world. It's very clean. The people there are very clean as well.
The air is very breathable around this time period.
Isn't this the time period when the British sent prisoners to Australia? Probably. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, what have you. And of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I'll cut them up! I swear on this. The spirit of the Asogi clan.
Ah yes, the world's greatest melting pot. Because after all, America wouldn't be made until 1940. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
How will I behead my enemies?
I don't think they support open carry like we do.
Of course I am. How am I going to commit seppuku? A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. Up your ass.
It's always pointing. Kazuma, it's always pointing outward all the time. You're just gonna
not
go
a first for me.
Line. Oh.
Cuts down anything that's in my way.
Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
My god, he's talking about his penis! That reminds me. What's happened to the woman? Good morning, Quagga. To Giselle Brett. I mean, after all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. That bitch. It's not easy to tell you this, but she's getting away scot-free and she's your roommate now.
Oh my god, we were roommates? What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all.
Hi, Beans. Good morning. Everyone get your burgers. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
What? Shanghai? A city and a country that we will always think highly of as their own independent people?
Shanghai.
Right, Kazuma? Kazuma, I know that bloodlust from anywhere.
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. She's gonna be racist to the Chinese. She went to the judge's quarters and gave him a taste of British cuisine.
Ooh.
Oh.
If you know what I mean, a bit of biscuit, you know, a bit of scone. What? But why not?
A bit of toad in the hole.
a
bit of spotted dick. That's a new character. It's a matter
of
No, go for it.
It's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Very good. Oh, it's this guy.
Oh.
Never mind.
Inspector Hosonaga!
Yes, it was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate.
But what's all this about consular jurisdiction?
Yes, we cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan.
What? We can't try her?
But we were all promised a peace.
We were all promised a piece of that sucks. But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice so that we may all have an attempt on her?
Oh my god. A British consular court will hear her case. Somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard. That dumbass Hosonaga should be imprisoned. Yes, he should be. We were all
Even
promised
Toshi
a
in my
slice.
chat's like,
Yeah.
Even Toshi's in my chat like, OMG, Hosonaga's back. So.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
But why a consular court?
I don't even know what that means. Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. This shit is abnormal. Then so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments. They can't invoke a consular court just like that!
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on! We have to look for clues! Does anyone have any clues?
We just found a letter.
We just found a letter.
We just found a letter. Wonder who it's from. You open it up and it's just King Edward telling you to screw off.
You will be beheaded immediately.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
What a horror. I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it. Luckily, here in Japan, we will never think that we're above any international law whatsoever once they're made up.
Perhaps in 70 years or so. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. Shanghai, huh? But it's all going to change from now on. We can make a change.
We can make a difference.
We can make it right. We can make it better. We don't have to fight.
Fight.
Starting with tonight. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. What this fucker said. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. They go to the same restaurant. Ryonosuke's like, let me hand you your drink. Wait a minute, there's a gun on the floor. Bang!
I wonder what this is.
Huh? A gun? You're under arrest for murder.
Kazuma's the one to arrest us. But Professor...
You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun, you know.
But there's still more to be done, Kazuma. There's a girl out there that just usurped our entire judicial system.
Oh, whatever. Let's commit seppuku. Like the old days.
No!
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? Fuck no, dude. We are not going back to that shit. As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
You're Detective Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Oh, it's revealed he's a liar?
Let's not worry about details for now. I am not fucking eating at La Carnival ever again, dude. To La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course! Oh my god, I guess we're going there. La Carnival's food is second to none. That's not the voice I gave him.
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
As the woman, such is my responsibility.
You can go ahead. I've already had enough food. I've only eaten like 12 hours ago.
Such as my diet restricts me, as I am a woman from the 1800s. Good morning, fish. Good morning.
Hi, fish.
I heard La Carnival's food is to die for. Wow,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Would you believe this isn't the only time we celebrate by going back to a former crime scene?
Not for real. Oh, yes. Thank you.
It's so wild to me that they're just cool with this.
They're fine with it. But you know us. You have to always put a damper on things. We have to care about the usurpation of our own judicial system as a sovereign nation.
Who even cares, dude?
So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson.
He was part of the cow cult.
The cow cult. Kazuma.
That was such a wild theory that we came up with on the fly.
I thought it would have been good.
It had
would've
like
been good,
because the
honestly.
fucking I mean it was a cow tattoo. That's a very weird thing to get.
Right?
And it would provide motive, I guess. Yes, Ryunosuke.
I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your work.
Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not sure about that.
Huh?
To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me.
But who else shall come through swiftly in the courtroom, wind billowing in their bandana?
Sword in hand,
Come on, be serious.
ready to behead any who oppose him, innocent or no. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean.
Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat. I never want to go through that ever again.
Don't they have any other fucking lawyers in this goddamn country?
Not for real. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you.
That's the point.
Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point?
Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win?
Knowledge of the law?
No. Fuck that. The ability to believe.
But don't you need like a degree in intensive
No.
schooling?
The ability to believe.
You bullshitted your way to that degree, didn't you, Kazuma? To believe? To believe what?
Oh yeah, the capture's bugged. Give me a second. That's odd. Thank you for catching that, y'all. Just get rid of these. Let's see if it works next time. Okay. A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it.
I'm human, just like you. Well, not just like you, but...
Okay, what is that supposed to mean?
I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. No, it's nothing.
Oh, just walk right past it. Just the same way you walk past any other little thing you say to me. You know what, Kazuma? That's it. We're done.
But you have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner, but being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person, and you're very special, Ryunosuke. You are so
don't
special.
flatter me. Don't flatter me now. You keep negging on me all the time. Runs away dramatically to the rooftop of the courtroom.
Bang! Huh? Professor Mikotopa! Stop right there! You're arrested for murder!
No!
Hello, Blowhigh. Goodbye, Blowhigh.
Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. He has aerokinesis, but only for objections, headbands, and cutting a guy's top knot from across the room.
Oh my gosh.
Early Kuya stream. Hello, Ash. Yeah, every now and then me and Bloopy do this Ace Attorney game.
Hi, everyone.
We only do it once a week though, so... Just look at today's trial. Oh my god. I'm a student lawyer with precious little experience, but you never stopped believing in me.
Well, you were the only one out of the two of us that actually went to school for it, so...
You faced seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it, through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
There's something I want to ask you, actually. Ryunosuke.
Oh, is it about the cucumber thing where it got too spoiled and it got watery and to the point where it's...
No, it's not the cucumber thing! Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Oh, fuck.
It sounds serious. What is...
Ah, you're still here, aren't you?
Oh, Inspector Hosonaga!
I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go! Let's have some fun! Fuck it! Someone died there, fuck it! People die all the time.
Inspector, me and Kazu were actually in the middle of something, and it's like
Fuck
we're
it!
not going to your haunted restaurant, and it's like
Yeah, thank you. We'll be right there.
Cosmo, what the hell?
Let's pick up this conversation again later.
It's kind of uncanny how well animated all the characters on screen are. The way the way Cosmo looks at you before turning his head.
It's really nice. It's a really nice change of pace from the early Pixel games. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory! No seppuku involved!
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Rick Shaw would be a good Ace Attorney name.
My name is Rick. Rick Shaw.
Ah, yes. That too. I snuck into a cemetery once. That's
So
neither
my very
here nor
first
there.
trial came to an end.
Just said it out loud. It felt
Oh my
right.
God.
It felt right.
Kazuma, Professor Mikotoba, Susato-san, who acted as my assistant,
This
and
guy.
this weirdo, Inspector Osanaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. And I ain't talking rancid cucumbers here,
He's
folks.
probably gonna be like,
The
you
end.
go to Great Britain instead of me. Oh, I
At least
love that.
Ouchie is gone. Thank you, Toasty.
I love that save fanfare. You snuck into a cemetery? I did one time, yeah. Because the guard wouldn't let me. I had friends in there, and the guard wouldn't let me in. So I looked around, and there was a big hedge, but there was a wall, and there was like a hole in the hedge. So I hopped in there.
Oh my gosh.
He brought all the evidence. That's true, he did. How the hell did this guy have a future bloodline with this hot piece of man meat all over him? Well, homosexuality was illegal. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. That is some British sounding shit. The Adventure of this shit.
Oh, are we gonna meet Herlock?
Small, dark
Ooh.
Sholmes and I waited with
Sholmes?
Sholmes, Herlock Sholmes.
Oh my god.
Because Sherlock Holmes wasn't in the public domain by the time they made this game.
Amazing.
Sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. You see it, Wilson? He yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me.
Speckled Band is a real
The
Sherlock
victim's
story.
most perplexing final words. The
I knew I
Speckled
recognized
Band.
that title.
I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder.
That's a
its
fucking
fangs
snake.
bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Herlock and Wilson go to Australia.
I wish I could do an Australian accent. They sound so funny.
Beauty, mate.
Whoa.
Ooh. Herlock.
let
I
us
used to have a
unravel
hugest
this
crush on
mystery.
him.
Let's unravel this mystery.
What events led to this curious murder?
Oh.
Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed.
Fuck me, I'm gonna have to do this
Marks to
voice.
suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
We're watching an
In his
anime.
final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So, the victim was a Russian man. And the letter had been formed. Suggesting Atlantis at the time. This is a most
Akeruna.
extraordinary script.
That means don't open
And
it.
evidently not in the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Shoot self. Oh, what is this silly chemical gun of his?
This paper was
Steampunk.
placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture.
Oh shit.
Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Da! No one must touch before maritime police come. We must.
Da!
That won't be necessary.
Duh.
You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Absurd. This is murder.
That's a very good gasp.
Locked from inside.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Oh, she has an accent.
Why is she British?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
Oh, there. Hosanaga's still here. Did you? That's him
What?
in a fucking sailor's outfit.
Shows.
Go home. Be a police
Why is
officer.
Hosonaga still here, dog?
You're still here. Are you our version of Larry Buds? You're here. You're here all the time.
He was wearing a sailor's outfit too.
My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh, actually, hold on.
Mm-hmm. British dubbing company, so the cast isn't filled with fake British accents. What? That dumbass ruined tamper the crime scene again. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking idiot. I must preserve the justice. I'll take this time to look at my message.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Wait, I can't move.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Damn it, Kazuma! I told you not while I was out. What the? Why am I in handcuffs?
Oh, who's this? Ah. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Oh, he was the guy in the wardrobe?
Really?
I do not believe how you could not wake up. You're true cold-blooded man. Fuck me. We're getting accused of murder again.
You. You found me then.
Duh. We found you. And now you pay, criminal.
That is crazy.
How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, hmm?
Sorry.
Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crime. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, hmm?
No, I'll tell you everything. Huh? Isn't that?
Oh shit.
Why did you do it? Why did you take his life?
Oh my god.
Again. Miss Osato. Wait. What did you just say? Take his life? Where is he?
Don't tell me fucking Kazuma died.
Where's Kazuma? I swear, one moment he was chaining me up, and the next minute, boom, I was out like a light. And then I thought it'd be like the
You
situation. with
pretend you do not
cucumbers and-
know? You fucking Japanese? You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses.
What?
No!
Oh, he was our Mia. He was our Mia.
But I was so sure that he was going to birth the Edgeworth line. What happened?
Not for real.
What happened? That really
That's
upsets me. He was my favorite character. That really upsets me.
Oh, Kazuma.
Fuck Ace Attorney. Fuck this game.
Yes, fuck Ace Attorney. All my homies hate Ace Attorney.
I can take one of the protagonists if you want, since Kazuma's out of the picture. I expected him to be there the whole game, so...
Not for real. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside.
It'll certainly take a load off of you to not play the protagonist. He sounds wimpy. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs, surely you don't think
I have to know.
Fuck this game! Fuck this game! I can't believe they killed my man, Kazuma!
They killed my man. I just lost my dog.
Susato, we've been framed for murder once. Think for a second.
Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life?
She probably had a big crush on him, though. So she's emotional
Is
right
it
now.
because you're one of those filthy degenerates?
Oh my god. Jesus.
You filthy scoundrel.
One of those not straights I've heard about.
One of those crookeds, if you will.
Oh my god.
Answer me, please.
No. No! Literally same reaction. I'm so upset that Kazuma's dead, actually.
I just lost my dog. Singing how days go by.
Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? We won't get in trouble.
See, it was all a BDSM accident.
Oh my god. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Fucking Kazuma! What? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. But we already know that. Hey! Honestly, I thought I'd breaken every bone in my body.
Nah, Toasty, he's dead.
Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. Why don't we dock right now?
I'm telling you, it was a BDSM thing gone wrong. That's what happened.
But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I got the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend? More to the point, surely we could confide in her, couldn't we?
This is all just a metaphor.
I don't believe she'd give me away. Don't ask, don't tell. That's what we were taught somewhere at some point in time.
Before it became such a huge taboo in Japan, and it probably never will forever.
No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about that time the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding in my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be for it. I'll be in for it. I'm trying to make him sound like that guy from The Sorcerer's Apprentice and How to Train Your Dragon. Baruchel, I think was his name. I'm just not the kind of guy that gets the girl.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How could this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together! We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself, bitch. Murderer! No, I'm not a murderer! Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crime. No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but... Murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth!
Oh, is my connection going out?
Oh, is
You
it?
can hear me, right?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Susaru-san?
Dot, 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 dot.
Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Blippi?
Very well.
Oh, there you go. He was stuck in the closet for 15 days. I suppose he's been in the closet as long as he's alive.
Oh my gosh.
I've been reading Dojin of this pair, and there's not much tragedy angst content on death or anything. Damn, you didn't get spoiled?
But there is something I would like to ask of you too.
Ugh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. I'm used to that. This nightmare's getting worse by the minute. Let's try to analyze what we can here. So these were upright when we saw them first, so there was some sort of struggle, certainly. Shit's fallen over down there.
like everything. You know what I think? I think while we were hiding in that closet, we got conked out because the ship might have went through a wave of some kind.
Yeah, you're right. Like turbulence or whatever. Yeah, Russian writing on the floor to convince the Russian people, or it's a Russian name of the killer. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened.
Well, Ryunosuke, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? These are new times.
What is that? That purple thing on the floor, what is that?
That's the ink.
That's not the ink. It's
You
an
sure?
item. Yeah, I'm very sure.
Oh.
The ink was a different color, and that's like an item, a thing. Huh.
Oh.
That is the ink? There's no way that's the ink. It looks like an item.
That's a very solid looking.
Yeah, it's a very solid, like,
ink.
piece of plastic or whatever. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. That's part of the bottle. Oh. I don't remember the color of the bottle, so maybe. ... And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer?
When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside.
What do you mean? No, that's the ink bottle! Look, it's behind her! So that purple thing is something else.
There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, and I don't mean the Sodom and Gomorrah buffoonery that was happening in this cabin, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
This is our new headcanon. She's just like a newly converted fanatic in Meiji-era Japan.
Heavily Christian.
Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation?
Is Ace Attorney always like this? Main character always blamed and tangled to be guilty to a point? Not really. It's always like someone near us, like a friend. But it's never Phoenix himself, I think. From what I've seen.
Phoenix has gone to trial for himself once.
Just once,
in
though.
In the trilogy. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's just, I think it's, I don't know. It's a different way to do it.
Yeah, I remember in the red-white case, in the first game, Red-White changes his mind, like, actually, you know what, Maya didn't do it, it was him!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is impossible. How'd he die then? What happened exactly?
Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? What shall you do when you face the angel Gabriel on the day of judgment for your sinful soul?
Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. I haven't even read this Bible you keep talking about.
How dare you mispronounce my holy book? The cause of death is still undetermined.
So, poison. It was a snake. It was the speckled fucking band. The snake bit him.
You know what I think? Maybe that snake's venom was used as ink in that bottle.
Wild.
I don't know.
That would explain, like, there's a big ass vent right there. The snake could have crawled in, bit him, crawled out.
Yeah.
And that Russian writing could be fucking snake, for all we know.
Because he knows, like, everyone here speaks, like, Russian or something.
Exactly. They don't know how he died?
The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call.
So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then.
That's true, yes. Now, if you hedonistic pagan will stop talking over me.
Quagga, they're making my girl homophobic. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma?
Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. You all lie. You all hide in the closet. Figuratively and literally.
Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yes, I was, but...
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. That handsome man.
I would watch him through a gap in the door.
I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage.
Yeah, they were probably like to be wed or some shit.
But this morning he did not come. I can sense that he wouldn't. I was about to ask him, why do you always sleep in a separate room from me since we're already engaged? It's weird.
Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door? I wonder.
I knocked, but there was no reply. And I screamed at him, Ryunosuke better not be in that goddamn room! Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside...
I doubt they were engaged because Susato's 16 and Kazuma's 23 or 24.
Oh.
Remember the time period and place this took place in.
Nah, for real. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. Like the fallen angel, Lucifer. He didn't repent before he went.
Oh my god. He'll be stuck in the first circle of hell.
Forever.
I wonder what this means.
Oh, does anyone like have like on their phone like that Google Translate app where you can just hold it up to a picture?
Yeah, if anyone knows Cyrillic or something. Because I assume the game doesn't expect you to know it. So it'll be a reveal for later on.
Toasty said, damn, dead as fuck.
I'm canceling you on Twitter. You're making my gay girl homophobic. And the white tape there shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow.
I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe.
This is all very hard for me to believe too. Trust me.
Now I've told you everything that I know. Now let me ask you again. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? That he came from heaven? So it's my turn to ask you a question. Oh my
God. I'm sure they'll explain it. Yeah, of course. It's a prime piece of evidence. Yes. Alright. Oh, Rasante, hello. Thank you for the follow. Nice to meet you. Ugh. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything.
Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san?
Knock knock, who's
You're
there?
like the serpent in Eden.
I don't know, you bear. W rhyme. This man said W rhymed his own line, bruh.
Shame that he turned into a chalk outline. Aw, Chrono. You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh. Yeah, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time.
I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing?
No! That would have been impossible, obviously!
I knew it! I knew it! And she just crashes out and destroys the crime scene.
Oh my god.
I knew you two had something going on!
Kazuma invited me. He propositioned me. He wanted us to go to England together.
He actually asked you. But why?
Oh, ad break starts in 5 seconds. To the people who aren't subscribed, we'll be back after a few short messages. Let's take a little breather. I think it's the fucking snake, because they wouldn't have shown the snake at the start if it wasn't that, right? And that was clearly like a
venom-related death,
and that was like a recollection, because like that's what the Sherlock Holmes books are. The Watsonian reasons that they exist. It's Watson himself writing the books, right?
Yeah, it was like that for the very first story.
Perfect. Then that makes perfect sense. That's in the future of him telling the story about the snake. And if there's no other way out of the cabin, a snake could have very easily crawled up in that vent over there. I'm gonna sue you.
We're gonna
for
find like a Steve Irwin parody.
Oh my
he has
God.
like a whole bunch of snakes.
I can't even. I wish I could do an Australian accent. Look out!
Crikey!
I love how funny they talk. I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself.
I don't understand. I thought he was saved!
Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yeah, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. But right now, I'm deciding for you, bitch!
Oh my god.
London is at the spearhead of cultural development. The center of the world in many ways. Sure. There can't be any harm
Sure,
in
buddy,
seeing such an
sure.
important place with your own eyes, can there? You ever seen Hamilton?
But, Kazuma, Hamilton's an American musical about Americans. Before they become Americans, and then shortly after they become Americans.
Kazuma is her adopted brother. Oh!
Oh. Okay,
Alright,
It's
okay.
okay, we can drop it. We'll drop the joke now.
Still not an uncommon thing.
It's okay, it's okay. Oh, Chrono said Kazuma is a Westaboo.
Oh my god, that's... yeah. It is coming off like that. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? We could eat, crumpet and drink tea. Well, no. Definitely not. But on a personal level, let's get real close.
Ooh.
If you were to become a lawyer, then... I should just drop dead now.
That's a bit extreme. You know, I guess, like, you know, Meiji or Japan, seppuku and all that. But
I should just fucking
feel like
commit
there are more dire
seppuku right now.
There are more dire reasons to do that, Kazuma.
Then what? Nothing. Forget it. I hate it when they do that in anime. I hate that shit. When they're like,
Right?
never mind.
There's one last thing I have to do.
Never
Before
mind.
Before what? Never
Forget
mind.
it.
Or just forget it. You'll never understand.
Huh?
Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you.
Yeah. Maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. Good look at his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. And I've seen them very close. Susato-san. I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean.
Hi, Cindy. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association.
That's
Nice balls,
That's
bro.
exactly right. Yeah.
Splendid smell with just the right amount of sweat.
Thank you so much.
Wow, it's almost if I knew Kazuma-sama. It's almost if I could be seen out in public with him in the Western world. Ryunosuke.
If the Ace Attorney wiki is willing to put them as adopted, they must explicitly say it because they're in denial about Miles and Francisca being siblings. Word perfect, in fact.
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Also, Cindy, this is Saint Polaris that I'm streaming.
Hello.
With. He's also streaming on his channel.
Good
He's
morning.
super fun. Yeah,
Good
but Toasty is in
morning.
this chat, Cindy.
Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. Then I got myself in that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I...
Fell asleep.
Well... Yes.
So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yes. This is not looking good for us. I know it sounds
like a load of barnacles.
I fucking love that line so much.
It sounds like a load of barnacles.
I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything.
Really?
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Walks away dramatically.
Susato-san, you have to believe me! I didn't do it!
I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. White noise to sleep on a ship 2. Track 1, Kazuma lo-fi murder beats. Kurono.
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Ugh. I can't take this.
Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen.
I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied? While whoever did this walks free? No!
Of course.
I can't allow this to happen!
Of course you can't walk away free. I don't expect someone like you to have morals or family value.
Oh my god.
Oh, what do you propose to do then?
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Oh. Don't do this to me. I dreamed about the song Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas. And I could not stop laughing at the fact how blatantly racist it is when I woke up this morning.
Is it the everybody was
Kung Fu it was. Yeah, it is. I saw Hiya. The only thing I could hear was that fucking racist Oriental flourish.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Oh my. Apparently, he only wrote it because he needed a song for his B-side, and it took him a few hours to make the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
What the?
That was a Susato takedown.
Susato what? What martial art form is that?
I'm going to need you to prove it.
Sorry. Prove it?
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence.
But how am I supposed to...
Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law, with my help, of course. But...
I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this crime. I don't have any, bro.
Yes!
Yes! Tell me, when I was discovering the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors?
Oh yes, it was. I remember clearly.
I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well.
Uh-huh? Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before you opened them.
But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own.
Yes, that's quite true.
In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma! It's funny that Herlock Sholmes didn't figure that shit out.
Oh my gosh. Everyone was too taken aback and finessed by the gadgets and the gizmos. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you.
Thank you, Susato-san.
You filthy Jezebel.
Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up?
Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least.
Thank you! So you finally believe me?
I'm sorry. No.
What?
Not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in its position.
One of our oriental jutsus! What does she think I am, a magician?
For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same.
Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san.
Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh.
I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. And then she spitefully tampers the crime scene so that all the evidence points to us. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. You and your Shinto ways.
Well, anyway. Should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I'll avenge your death.
Let's... Ooh.
Give me that shit.
examine.
What is that?
Let's see. Ooh.
What do you think this is? It's like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Like Kazuma cut it with his sword or some shit.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
Not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he? It was a gift for his sister. Maybe.
And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue.
Wow, Saint and Bloopy so mean they hate on an independent young woman and try to slander her name with homophobia.
It's the easiest joke. It's Meiji era Japan and she's a recently converted fanatic.
Yes, you're right. It's the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin.
But just to ensure everyone's comfortable, I'll drop it. I'll drop the gag.
No,
Oh
it's
dear,
funny.
that won't
Keep
do.
going.
Oh my gosh. Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san?
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused. I forget to look around properly.
Yes, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san?
I wish we could pick that up.
I'm sure you're careful to look all around using B and M. Looks at the screen, aren't you?
Yes!
Now let's investigate all corners
No,
of this
Ruby,
cabin.
chill. Don't worry about it. Oh. Yeah, let's do that! I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now.
Ryunosuke learned the skill next turn.
Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments. Was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
What? Then what language is it?
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder?
All Western writing looks the same.
The books have fallen over.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't see
The
it.
books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Such heathen, pagan ideals. Smashes it.
Yeah, it's almost as if the whole shelf's been ransacked. Everything mowed down at once.
I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training. Do you think?
I seriously doubt it.
Well, you know, you wouldn't know that, would you? Because, like, I know him more than you, so... But perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Tampers with evidence actively.
He was trading his sword with Ryunosuke last night.
Oh my gosh.
That has Cyrillic on it. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Oh, that was you, sorry, fuck.
Yeah, it's okay.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Imagine it was just some security trying to fight Kazuma's katana out his hand.
Oh my god.
That would happen actually.
What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet?
I love that. I love that.
She's petty and she's messy. I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here.
We check the bottle. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Oh, we were pointing at the bottle, but okay.
Yeah. It carries a lot of memories for me.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah, yes. I see it says "this way up" in Japanese.
Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read it. I was turned over and over and over. And then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Did you see that? She
doesn't it,
smiled for a
Ryunosuke?
second. She smiled
Yeah.
for a second.
I don't know, guys. We're using contextual evidence within the game to promote these headcanons.
It was less painful than a Sasato takedown.
Let's see. Oh, this is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. Poor Cosma. Didn't even make it to his destination.
It looks as though the last entry is incomplete.
Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue.
Dun, 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 dun. That's out of the question.
What?
Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case?
That is up to him and the Lord.
Alright, alright. I won't read it.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important?
Ooh, vent. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A vent, if you will. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
I am his private thoughts.
Oh my god.
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right. And? She just turns and this says and.
If its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that.
I suppose. Maybe that's it. Oh, what the
Ooh.
fuck?
He vented!
He
literally
vented!
He literally dun 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 dun.
Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European?
Oh, how did he?
You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here. but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall!
Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. Doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell.
Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him.
Am I just imagining it, or does Sato-san almost look uncontrollably excited?
Eee! My first Western guy! By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright. Whatever that means. Sure.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, so it seems the capture is like that's bugged for whatever reason. So
Really?
no, it's just I have a redeem but that sends screenshots, but it's not working properly.
Oh.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Which one is doing her lock?
Do you have a moment? I can do it. It's okay.
Okay.
Fuck. Let me drink some water, actually.
Yeah, get those vocal cords nice and lubricated. Y'all get some water at home too.
Oop. Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone? He seems a little unfriendly.
Yes. Perhaps that would be for the best.
Oh, fuck. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Whoa. Ah, I see. Fascinating. I can see right through your clothing.
Oh my god.
Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me.
Right
Oh,
through my
yes.
clothing.
Everything's clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst adventuring towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh! Well, that's true, at least. So is the joke that he's really bad at investigating?
Right, because in the original books, Sherlock has a knack for observation. So like he can look at you and he can tell if you just got done with a run, if you just got done eating, whatever. But it feels like here, it's like he has very approximate knowledge of things. But how?
Very approximate knowledge of things is how I would describe one of my chatters.
Oh my god.
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, 1. You have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are, a merciless revolutionary.
Oh my god.
He's right!
He's right! Long live Lenin!
You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
Ooh, how did
And
he know?
when the bed-ribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Damn, bruh, you be living like this. For real.
Duh. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
Just imagine Ryunosuke just drops his accent, it's like a full Russian accent. He's like, "Long live Lenin!" He just breaks through everything.
Oh
He
my
just
God.
runs off.
I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
So she is a fanatic. Sorry.
And you're plotting revolution too.
I accidentally pressed autoplay there.
It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked, sinful, unforgivable.
My god, what a sycophant. No, listen, there's no way I... Gong!
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
This is ridiculous. We'll be back after a few short minutes.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously!
Oh, forgive me.
Forgive me.
I didn't know all Russians looked alike to you.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Haha! But was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yeah, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm? Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation.
How
Indeed.
tall is Herlock?
He looks really tall. He's probably like
Damn.
5'9". Super tall.
5'9".
Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself, sir. Oh, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Herlock Sholmes.
He has a good theme song, though. So, it's really you, the actual Herlock Sholmes!
Oh my god! Will you sign my breasts?
Please sign my Bible!
Sign my Bible!
Please sign Corinthians!
It's my favorite verse! The very same. The inimitable, actual Herlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san? Of course I do! There's nobody who hasn't heard of him!
Planet have I been living on, then?
We must ask him what he's deduced.
I'm an individual, I am inimitable!
And if there's a reason I'm still alive and Kazuma-sama has died...
Oh my god. I'm willing to wait for it!
Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can control. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow! Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Ha! Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Herlock Sholmes is just Sherlock's crashed out brother. He can't handle his cocaine like the real Sherlock can.
No, his brother is that guy from the Sherlock Holmes movies. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please! What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Oh. That's the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
Why would he write wardrobe? That would incriminate me. Kazuma wouldn't do that shit.
He wouldn't. He loved us too much.
Unless the killer made him write it, like in that one Ace Attorney case with Mia.
Oh my god.
Because why would he do that? He wouldn't do that shit. He told us not to tell our friend because it would incriminate her. So he wouldn't directly incriminate us like this. Unless there's something else in the closet. Like a false door or something. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Also, Kazuma isn't Russian.
Right?
Kazuma was Russian? Was he? Initially, I considered Guardrobe may be the name of a killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there, at least. Where... oh, that's you.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo, sleeping soundly.
Are you eating something?
Your fries are so good.
She's just snacking at the crime scene. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Finally, the Shintos are going down.
Why is that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
Poor Susato, ever since she converted, she don't know where she came from.
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Susato eating cornflakes and graham crackers.
Nah, for real.
Yeah. Kazuma had
This
already
is
been...
all... Calling it, it's all a big setup made by Susato herself.
Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh. Yeah, thank you. Can I ask you something?
There's no way he's dead for real.
I fucking hope so.
It's weird.
I mean, that's how people felt when what the fuck? The one with the big tits. What was her name? Mia? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird when she died. So, how goat today? Hello, good morning. I'm pretty good. Excited to get some brunch after this. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What? Pray. You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that bullshit. Hello, Narmak. Good morning.
Well, of course, the Bolshevik Revolution.
Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? I don't know Russian. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction from before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. This shit is so good.
This tobacco's that good.
Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in.
They don't make it
Actually,
like this in Great Britain.
it was the other details I was hoping more to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes. The more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, Revolutionary, violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. And this is clearly a picture of you!
Oh my god.
This guy's a fucking nut.
Sholmes? Nah, he's just on that opium. He's just on that flower. He's on that flower power right now.
This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosima Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Very, very, very violent Bolshevik.
Villain Bolshevik.
No, no, no! How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Look at his face! Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Huh. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
I feel like we can get past his hurdle if he just asked him his name right now. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassinations and blowing up the Crystal Tower? He's gonna do it, right? Like you're gonna hang him for it.
Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in this article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
I know it, the Bolshevik Revolution. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder.
What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is that? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great deduction. This game
Say
is...
what you about Herlock, he knows his geography.
This game is so good at, like, annoying you. This game is so good at irritating you. So you have that final, like, fuck you right at the end when you win the trial.
Yeah, I believe.
Oh my god. Thank you. I've absorbed all of that is fuck my ass. I've absorbed all of that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. My PC's fucking dying a slow death. Oh dear. People really should have read. No, I'm reading a chat.
Oh.
People really should have read Osama's interview with the New York Times September 10th. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two.
Examine.
Oh.
Ooh?
Some sort of...
That's Giselle. It has to be.
Some ballerina? It doesn't look like her. The chin is too different. Giselle was very angular.
Angular, yeah. Very sharp. No cheeks, no meats, no nothing.
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
That says 20! I can count that
20.
many. No, nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. Yes, I'm a man. I'm a man who loves women. And I love women.
You son of
I can't make sense of it. Oh, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. Pops up everywhere. Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? Japanese ones are so easy, like Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
And Susato Mikotoba.
It would appear that the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea. But I'm quite sure it's a hell of a lot. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Sato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. She doesn't give a fuck about the ballerina, just the tiara. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company's most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested the international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
Does seem to be a Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh wow.
It seems you are trying to rush into conclusions.
Now she's the one who's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't put them under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Pavlova was a ballerina named... What? Pavlova was a ballerina that named the dessert. What? Dessert? What? Australia and New Zealand are still fighting to this day over who made the dessert first. Is there a dessert named the Pavlova?
Pavlova? Let's see. Because I know there's the Russian surname Pavlov.
Yeah, that's all I
and
know.
Like Pavlov was
The
like
dog
that
guy.
scientist. Oh, Pavlova is a meringue. It's like a meringue.
Oh,
pie.
I see.
Okay.
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma! Ah, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Maybe Naruhodo's fingerprints. Maybe his slobber all over him. Maybe.
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Windows 2008.
Quite. Wait. What's the word when it's not period appropriate?
Anachronistic.
And not quite anachronistic.
We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma's keeping notes of the trip. Oh, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic! Fuck you.
Luckily for me, I am British.
I don't care about things such as morality. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading? You mean you've read it all already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. So he knows it's Japanese. So why did he say we were Russian?
I can only imagine, like, as goofy as Herlock is, he's actually a polyglot. Because, you know, in the first case, it was made a big point that if someone can't speak Japanese or can't understand you, you'll know contextually. But he's been talking to us no problem, and we don't know English.
Yeah, that's true. He said we were Russian because he's a moron. Good morning, Snapper.
Although there is an Asian population within the country of Russia.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure
they're
for
right
how
next to each
long
other.
they've been, yeah. I'm not sure for how long that population of people have been like acknowledged in the Russian country. But let me look it up.
You're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand. Ad break coming in 10 seconds. We'll be back after some short message. I'm gonna take this time to take a drink. They got fancy 3D models in this newfangled Ace Attorneys. That's right. Yeah. So, how have you been recently, Bloopy?
I've been good. I'm still struggling with these interviews. Well, other than that, I feel like I'm coming on the up and up.
That's good. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm coming on the up and up too.
That's good.
Though, I haven't been getting a lot of sleep recently. It feels like there's a succubus in my room that makes me see horrible dreams, and I wake up completely drained.
Sleep paralysis?
No, I wake up so drained that I have super weird dreams, so...
Oh man.
Yeah, it's odd.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Is it something you're eating before you go to sleep? Or maybe perhaps you don't get enough of it?
I'm not sure. Aren't you guys impressed that I'm performing so well despite this state I'm in right now? I'm in like a weird half-awake fugue state, yo. I'm not seeing any praise in the chat room.
I, myself, am very much impressed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hero, thank you. I know, thank you. I am a hero. It's firefighters, doctors, and me. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belongs to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author was cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese? Oh, I'm so sorry, Saint. Let me put your cock in my mouth in order to properly congratulate you.
Oh my god.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara,
Toasty said you got the
Bonsai,
same?
Mikado, Nado, I trust you're suitably impressed.
Mikado is crazy.
Sorry, what was
If you know that
saying?
reference.
What were you saying?
I said Toasty said you got the same.
Yay!
And also, the Mikado, if you know, you know. All
this-
my theater kids know Mikado.
But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So what was all that showing off about before, you fucking bitch?
Also, he can understand us, but he can't read Japanese. Quite interesting.
I'm similar. I can read the simple
Really?
ones, but
Mm,
they have Chinese characters mixed into their language, so
they're kanji.
you have to learn that. Yeah, the kanji.
Mhm. If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madame.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound. These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator
What did I
grill.
fucking tell you, dude?
It's a snake.
That whistling sound is the fucking... You know that when you play a flute
know
to get a
what I
snake to
think?
do something?
It's a snake charmer?
Yeah. If we can find out who's in the other room, that's our culprit.
But you know what? That's crazy because let's assume it was a snake charmer that tried to get that snake in there. Kazuma left a huge mess, right? Just for a snake, right? I'm guessing he wanted it dead before it got to us, but
Well, I mean, imagine 1:35 a.m. You're busy writing your diary, and then suddenly, it must have bitten him before he knew what was even happening. Like it went down, bit him in like the ankle or something. That's why they can't tell what killed him, because there's no poison, there's no like autopsy on board, so they can't tell that he's been poisoned. So it was some
Coolest
fucking
one's game. Shame on us.
yeah. So it's got to be a snake. It has to be. Good morning, Mochi. A speckled band. What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yeah, no shit, dumbass. Yeah, the adjoining cabin. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No. I have no her. I mean, I have hair, but please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rant's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain, which is crazy because that's where Sherlock Holmes got his start as a character.
Oh, cool.
Was being published in magazines. Like, they would be like serials, like, at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am!
What if he's not actually a detective and he's just a Delulu man?
Yeah, he's just a
who
cosplayer.
escaped a hospital.
She's a British weeb. Yeah, she's a Westaboo. You've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective?
Ooh.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for.
Oh! I think he is.
Your inference is backward. Backward. My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. Just give me a
Mr.
sec.
Wilson.
You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late.
Oh, that's the same Dr. Wilson that's dead.
Oh. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? Can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form.
I'm thinking all these cases are gonna connect somehow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What the Ace Attorney has that's done really well is making just the most annoying people. That's what they have down to a science. I remember playing the first one, and Lotta Hart, the lady, was trying to take pictures of
From
UFO.
the Heartland.
I wanted to kill her.
I quite liked Lana.
She was so annoying. No, it was the woman with not Lana, the Lotta Hart. You know, the one with the
Lotta.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Lotta, yeah.
yeah. God, Wendy Oldbag.
Wendy Oldbag was atrocious.
Mhm.
And she should. I am so glad they were done with her by the end of the trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I was so glad.
I have a funny feeling we're gonna see this man a lot, which is annoying. I'm not looking forward
Herlock
to that.
Sholmes.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's so cute. Look at him.
Look at this dude. Good morning, Agni.
Look at his dead eyes. His blank stare.
You're a fan of April May, though. Who was April May?
Oh, April May's the girl, the pink-haired girl that has the cat little cat smile.
Oh my
In
god.
the first game. Yeah.
Ha ha ha, he's a main character. Yeah, of course he is. Someone slit my throat, please. I love doing his voice. I love acting as him, but he is absolutely insufferable.
No, I get it.
Hey Dad, hello Callie, good morning.
A science?
Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data. Right. Morning, it's 9 p.m. Morning, it's 10
I
a.m.
love Holmes for satire. Yeah, me too, Toasty.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth.
I will say, what might make these characters so annoying is probably because in these newer games, these sequences take so long to get through. Like, the dialogue gets longer and longer by the game. Like, I am serious.
It does feel longer.
Yeah.
As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame, of course. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Kill yourself.
Mine her. Oh!
So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
Look at this fangirl. As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. Ha! The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
Quick detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation.
R/I am very smart.
Apparently, Sherlock had a really shitty life outside of solving cases. Like, he would just do drugs and stay sad. Because cases were like his whole thing.
That was actually, like, in the books. Like, in the first story even, like, it is revealed that he does. The nose candy, the booger sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Toasty says, like, the man is clearly not stupid to me. It seems like he makes it seem that way on purpose.
Well, let's hope. We gonna stop at 3 hours again? Yeah, no, for sure we're stopping at 3 hours. At the most. Last time was unacceptable.
Yeah.
So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you the culprit at any point. You must be joking! You just said it! Only a moment ago!
It's the flower power he's on.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
You have the knees of a criminal.
Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. I hope he dies.
Oh, is he gone? Ooh.
Off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way can I...
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Who? After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
Ugh. As if you gave me any chance in the rolling over part.
Oh no, because you're so used to rolling over and just accepting whatever comes to you.
I think we have, we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
Situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still some things I can do to help myself. I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. Bring the real culprit to justice.
What is that, a chicken bone?
Yeah, like a turkey leg or something? Oh, yeah, roast chicken. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here?
Not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly?
Ugh. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Yeah, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. Which means his soul is in there, which means when we go to court wearing the katana, he'll come up and he'll be like, he'll give us clues, he'll give us a bunch of clues.
Kazuma is actually a part of the Fae line. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. Now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Seigi. The Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true. Just like Kazuma. Straight and true.
Straight! She's just like over his shoulder. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you... let me stop. Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to?
Even though you stowed away on the ship.
Fucking Kazuma asked me. He literally dragged me, bro.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win.
Sinners never do. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh no, I suppose not.
Has he been able to take baths at all?
He's just smelling funky and musky. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
Oh my god, shut up, bitch. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yeah, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. Last night was no exception.
Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No. Sadly. No.
Imagine you got knocked out due to oxygen deprivation.
Oh my god.
This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try?
Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously.
Please don't be Hosonaga. Please don't be Hosonaga.
It's gonna be Hosonaga. Dot 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 dot. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
Damn. No, I'm sure it's just everyone's busy, that's all.
No, you heard what Miss Giselle Brett said. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yeah, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So the chicken was drugged? The chicken was meant for
drugged.
Kazuma!
Ooh. Really?
This is his room. So obviously they would only give food for him. And Kazuma hates chicken. So it would explain why Ryunosuke's head still hurts. It would explain why he was passed out and wasn't woken up by the commotion. It would explain why he can't remember anything. The chicken was meant for Kazuma. He was supposed to eat that drug thing.
I see. You know what? That makes sense. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
No, idiot.
Okay, who are you calling an idiot?
You goddamn sycophant.
How dare you? When I went for help and the crewmen forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy. Just slides across to secure the door shut. Still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Thanks for the stretch and drink.
You know what I think? I think, you know, the chicken was served, and it was at that point in which, Kazuma locked the door, because obviously you do that, right?
Yeah.
And the people tried to come in just to see, but they realized the door was locked, and then they used the snake. Oh, also, Toasty said, "Ayo, that makes sense. Oh snap, it does. Big brain." To your theory.
I am the inimitable. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once, in a detective novel, the culprit used the needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself.
How do they keep shit in their sleeves like that?
And they're just big sleeves. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly.
Orf!
There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
Sorry, I heard seal and then my brain was just like, oh, like the animal. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's Hosonaga.
The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him? Come on! I'm sure he's someone completely new.
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. I suppose I could try. Is that...
Come on, let's get her done.
Is some... Oh, that's you.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling I've seen him somewhere before.
No, you haven't. He's a completely new rendition to the story. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar, except not really, because Ace Attorney never uses the same character twice in different cases in the same game.
How could they?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Oh, it's tuberculosis!
I recognize that face, but it can't be. It is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga, the tuberculosis man.
Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again?
What if his true goal is to be an actor? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
Hello, Thanos. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Never expect to see this man on board. Perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. What? For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. You did a fantastic job, dude.
Yeah, like you weren't here, like at all. Oh!
It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. Jigoku? Does that mean hell?
Jigoku.
And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. These are tensions between the world's greatest powers. You suck at everything you do, Hosonaga.
At everything he does. He's a bad waiter, he's a bad sailor, he's a bad bodyguard, he's a bad detective even.
Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
And yet, if you were still here in the room with him, he would not be dead. So you see... You see the issues we are returning to. I see.
I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word! Okay, he's on our side. Okay, cool. We're doing what we can do.
Imagine say permission to investigate. He's like, no can do.
You're the murderer!
Right?
Hi, Thanis. Good morning. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not!
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yeah, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that man will fuck you. He'll fuck you up!
He'll fuck you up nice and good.
That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose. I'm not just a stowaway now. Stowaway? They think I'm a murderer.
Stowaways. We are stowaways.
Stormy-looking seamen? I think he meant cloudy.
Oh my god.
Bazinga!
Knee slapper.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how...
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san.
Show him the evidence of the diary that goes to the other cabin.
By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession, an inventory, perhaps a court record,
if you will. Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial and or other games if you are a very loyal consumer of this franchise. Perhaps. Simply select the present looks at you panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosanaga could use.
Some evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright. Yeah, I think I might know what we can use. Oh, is there like an option to
Yeah, present to him.
There!
Ooh!
What's that? It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Ooh, Undertale-like music?
Yeah. I was gonna say, it sounds like
Undertale
Waterfall.
type beat? Mm.
Strange. In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band. That is strange. Yeah. We're still trying to work out what he meant by that. What I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector. It's almost as if I read that out loud to you.
The ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. Check out the diary. Ryunosuke was a bit toothy last night. No, not that page.
Oh my god.
I'll have to trust the investigation to you. Okay, I'm glad that he's on our side. I'm glad that he was immediately like, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I'll help you now. So that's good.
I told that Ryunosuke-san to stop using his teeth.
Bruh.
And that was actually the very last thing he wrote.
Lord.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove these handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. Also, I don't really work here.
So, you know, it's whatever.
And I promise you, I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you.
I like how everyone, including Hosonaga, is just all over. This is just all over Kazuma for
He was
no
a good
real
dude.
inexplicable reason.
Because he rocks.
I know, but it's like Hosonaga though. You know what I mean? Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move, and we can leave this cabin at last. Finally! Like, let's go!
Move.
Let us propel the plot!
Alright. Let's see if we can find out. Move! Move!
We got to move it, feel that temperature into the rhythm, let the fire burn.
What is that, a mouse trap?
Is
on
it?
On the left there. That has to be a mouse trap. Yeah.
That cannot be a mouse-trap.
It is so cartoony, but that's a
Wait,
fucking
is
mouse
that the
trap. It has to be.
cheese?
Yeah, that's the
Just a
golden
ball of
orb
cheese.
is the cheese. Whew, finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, hello. Oh, shit. Look over there. Another
Look, a
crewman keeping watch.
swamp-looking man.
He looks enormous. Even if he is sitting down. Thwomp-looking man.
He's
big-
a swamp.
Big thwomp motherfucker. Look at this guy.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs.
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. So scrawny and just not man enough for Kazuma even. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yeah, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please don't give me that pitying look. Okay.
Let's... Could we try to, like...
Fucking mouse.
Ooh, look at the golden orb of cheese. Ah, a trap for catching mice. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. A
Oh,
lump
yeah.
of chalk.
Cheese is like... I don't think it was very popular in Japan in these times. Did they have it even? They might have not.
I'm assuming, like, maybe it might have been called something else. Because, like, I feel like if Japan had cows, someone must have accidentally made cheese by
Maybe.
complete accident.
But I've never heard of, like, a Japanese cheese, you know?
Yeah.
Wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap you shut on your fingers.
Really? But... suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how
Is
hungry
that the
I've been
only
in
thing
that...
you were eating?
Mm-hmm. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
So does she hate us, or what?
I don't think she actually hates us. I think that's just how I'm reading.
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. Amber Nicole Hall. Thank you for the follow. Lovely name. Nice to meet you. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh.
Urgh.
What happened to your face, friend? What is that? Sunburn?
That is the most oddly patterned sunburn I have ever seen.
Oh, excuse me, we need to get inside this cabin here.
Urgh. The sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying, "Urgh." We are not serious.
That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
It doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
That's a problem?
Imagine we have to give him the cheese as a bribe.
Oh my god. That's a huge book on top of the table there. There's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Let's
Presumably.
look through the other logs then.
Yeah, mostly. Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
Right? Because it's like we've been on the ship for 2 weeks. Sasato, like, That's the way to the second class area of the ship.
Huh.
Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
Jesus. Last night, Kazuma's log was definitely not blank.
Oh my god. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. Teehee.
No, I started it with my Taka running away. There's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. Shows each deck. Look.
The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan. That's what archipelago means, yes.
Yes, that's what that is. They're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Oh wait, she didn't convert. She didn't convert. She's Shinto! Yay!
Yay! She's not homophobic!
Yay!
I suppose so.
I wonder what that horn thing is. That reminds me of when I used to like go on the playground and like you could speak through that thing.
Ooh. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
You dare slandered my girl. I demand a very insincere Notes app apology.
I would like to apologize to all of my fans and to all of St. Polaris' fans for the running gag jokes that I have been doing on our streams. I was in a very dark place in my life, and I didn't know any better. I was actually ignorant. If only someone could teach me how to be a better person.
But now you got a dog and you started working out. And that means you're a better person. Oh, an alarm. I want to at least see the room before we end the stream. It says press only in times of... Oh, that's you, sorry.
Oh, it says press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Exactly what we need. How convenient. Oh. This I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Okay? Think outside yourself. Like, get out of your bubble. The same way you got out of that closet and that wardrobe.
But it looks like you haven't gotten out of the closet. Not really.
Not yet.
Have you?
Not really.
Excuse me. Could I ask you something? Oh shit.
He
You
speaks.
little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid. Wow.
Oh, okay, see, now you didn't have to talk to me like that, with your big, burly, thwomp-looking ass man. Looking ass man. How you can have a star-spangled pattern sunburn on your face living in Moscow, I'll never understand.
I'm glad you've been having fun, Ruby. I'm not Sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am Senior Crewman Beef Stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff.
That is some fucking shit that J.K. Rowling would write. Excuse
Only
me,
an
J.K.
Ace
Rowling.
Attorney.
I live in Siberia. Are there any Siberian students in Hogwarts? Hufflepuff.
Why, yes.
Class E. Beef Stroganoff. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov? Duh, all time. Criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is said about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. You didn't notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Niet. That's what he said. He said niet.
Oh. Did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all. You didn't hear any strange noises? Sense anything was wrong in some way? He's averting his gaze. He's lying. What do you know, Russian man? I said no! Sorry! I'm not so sure. Could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Mm-hmm.
I like how Ryunosuke is sort of like a mix of Phoenix and Apollo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How is Apollo as a character?
Oh, you haven't played his games yet?
No, no.
Oh, that's something we need to do as well. But I don't want to spoil it, but Apollo can notice certain tells about your body language.
I see. It's very observant.
And then when he finds it, he'll go, "Gotcha."
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Mm.
Go until the checkpoint or end now. Fuck no! We're ending now, boy! I have the right!
We're ending now.
Yeah, we went
All
overboard
right.
last time. I wanted to end like a half an hour ago. But I was like, no, I'm gonna push it. Cause I'm a professional!
The show must go on.
I have been so sleepy this
Flourishes.
entire time. I want to lie
Yeah,
down.
I
My
felt
throat
myself.
hurts.
I felt myself. That's
Let's
why I
go.
kept this big like cup of water with me.
Alright. Yay.
Thank you so much for having me, Saint.
Of course, darling. We spent 3 hours in that fucking cabin room.
Oh my god, no, for real.
Oh boy. Let's see who to raid today. For the people who want to see more of me, you will in 2 hours. I'll be doing my afternoon stream. We'll be playing Minecraft on the server again. So watch out for that. Do you have a friend we can raid, Bloopy?
I'm looking. Ooh, there's Ketchup the Bear. I haven't checked up on Ketchup in a while.
Ketchup the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just spelled
And
normally?
yeah, it's just like, it's all one word, Ketchup the Bear. Let me go ahead and...
Polo wears red, so he's the red Oni to Phoenix as blue. That's cool. The stream's been amazing. My talk about your Susato jokes were also jokes. Yeah, don't worry, yes, I understand. Iron Mouse is live, raid her. She needs the support.
Oh my god. Yes, you know what? Iron Mouse, she needs help with our... We're always here to help smaller streamers.
Ketchup the
Yeah.
Bear.
Here, I'll type it out for you. It's...
No, I got it, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Because you said it was just, you know, it was typed how that is, so.
Yeah, like all one word and lowercase.
Okay. You're not gonna support the sick girl, SMH my head, bruh. That's fucked up.
SMH in my head.
Okay, I'll see you guys in 2 hours. Bloopy, thank you for coming. I won't be able to do this
you
next
so
week
much.
because I'll be gone for a week. So yeah, next Ace Attorney will be like on the 13th of August, maybe, presumably. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for coming to Ace Attorney. To Bloopy's audience, goodbye as well. Bye everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You take care,
Bye
Saint.
bye. You too, Bloopy.
Full of shit, Goat Man.